Tweet, dang it! Tweet! Welcome back to Dread Canaries Against the Iron Storm. I am the Dread Canary, the game is Against the Storm, and we are continuing to play on Iron mode, where I will play every difficulty twice, and if I ever lose a game, I will delete all progress and start over from the beginning. We're going to attempt talking in a much less excitable tone this time, and see if people enjoy that. I certainly enjoy it, and we'll see how that goes. Last time we played Glass Top, which was our first Prestige 3, and unfortunately I don't have any new biomes that we can really quite reach. It looks like it's just Royal Woodlands or Marshlands, but we did increase our vision range, and that means we'll be able to get slightly more food, and in subsequent cycles we might be able to push out for more interesting modifiers. Let's go ahead and go for Royal Woodlands. It's a classic, and I love it. We're going to go ahead and grab some lizards, which didn't see any play last game, so we can at least change things up that way. And following that we did Brass Bottom and Glass Top, we're going to go with another building material. In this case, we'll call it, you know what? We'll call it Midbrick. The village of Midbrick. 4 beavers, 5 lizards, and 2 randoms sounds excellent. And I want to go back to starting out with some coal. And let's grab some veggies. And let's go. I figure it's a kind of soothing game, so maybe a soothing voice should go with it. More mushrooms when we mushroom. So this is a good idea for us to mushroom. And then, of course, we need off-road speed is slowed. Housing or people are sad. Living matter on farms. Okay. And if we get to hostility 4, Queen's impatience grows faster based on blight rot cysts. Well, okay. Then, of course, we have our usual effects of being on the Royal Woodlands at Prestige 3. We've got 5, which means that we are looking at enough room for a 3x3 in the middle, and we will expand this out to make room for 2 3x3 buildings. Of these, I would prefer to have a lizard on the hearth. We have a decent pile of vanilla. Okay. Well, if this is where the dangerous glades are, then that is the direction we're going to be expanding in. And it'll just be annoying that we don't have space around the back here. But in order to be able to hit our goal of opening a dangerous glade at the start of year 2, we're going to focus all of our expansion in this direction for now. That looks nice to me. I will, of course, hold down Shift and tell these both that we want to do only marked glades. And away we go. Increase our speed to 3. Drop down a small trapper's camp for this meat, and a stonecutter's camp for this clay. Staff this. Staff this too. And we will go ahead and begin building our basic shelters. Just a nice little area of basic shelters to get us started. We'll build a 4th one here. And we're going to build some comforting walls around this shelter. We will, of course, move that later. I don't like getting amber for trade goods. I love urban root production, scaling with biscuits. Though only beavers like biscuits out of the 2 species I have right now, both humans and harpies also like biscuits. So we're going to do that, and that's going to increase the value of an herb garden. I'm going to start us off with a manufactory to get us trading gear for the lizards and packs of provisions for future trades. We're going to follow that up with a supplier because planks are going to be very, very good for us. The tavern would also be nice, but in this case I want the supplier. And there's an herb garden. The leatherworker, the forum, these are all amazing buildings for me. But since I took something that specifically works with the herb garden, we're going to go ahead and lean into that herb garden. And this is going to require us to build a supplier. The supplier needs wood and bricks. So we'll need a crude workstation saying that we are willing to do 5 wood and 2 bricks. And we're going to set a cap of 10 fabric and a cap of 0 pipes. We will definitely open 4 glades over the course of the game, and being able to carry more to glade events will allow for faster and more efficient processing of glade events. So we're going to go with the exploration option here. I always go into trading, and the only thing that's great about this is the parts, and we get an equal number of parts here. I'm not too fussed about building materials, and I do not want to have to turn in simple tools on a map where it's relatively difficult to get tools. So we're getting a trading post. We're absolutely going to be clearing glades, so this seems like a free option. I do love my +1 productions to stone and clay, but it would require us to find a destroyed building, which generally does happen. We're going to pick the flat bonuses to production. Flat bonuses to production are extremely powerful if you get escalating chances of double production. Okay, we are never going to make planks in this location. We'll raise this to 10. And we are going to drop down a manufactory here, and then correct the road that I built in the wrong spot. We now have our first tier of hub, the encampment, which gives us a +2. Chat says, did they improve the reward for that trading post order? It feels really strong. You know, they did do a recent rebalance. I didn't memorize all of the changes, but it would not surprise me if they rebalanced this. It does seem very strong. Everyone's housed. And we've got our +2, so it's time to start collecting food and clay. I've got to say, the dev team is very much on top of player trends and feedback, and it is clear that they are dedicated to making a quality product. And it's really nice to see, given how long it's been since game companies took the time to release really well-made games rather than games that seemed like they were still in testing when they were released. I don't know what it is about the company, but I would very much like to see society move more toward this kind of dedication to craft and this kind of consistent desire to improve the product that gets delivered. Because in so many areas, it seems like things are being made to be less long-lasting, to be less perfect, to be made cheaper rather than quality. And yes, a roguelite city builder is kind of a niche genre, but it's a niche that they are opening and doing extremely well. Okay. Now at this point, it seems like it's going to behoove us to focus our efforts in this corner, because we are going to specifically try to open this glade. Alright, year 2 has begun. Our third race is Harpies. We'll go ahead and take a Harpy. 40 meat and 40 grain for every completed dangerous or forbidden glade event. That seems like a good way to get money. The trade hub is a win condition, especially if I open up trading. But lost supplies is so good for food production, especially early on. I'm going to go with lost supplies. We're going to put a Harpy in the supplier, which will make them happy. And we're going to tell them to only make planks right now with a cap of 50. The idea being that we are going to be making beaver housing soon. Speaking of beavers, we can give ourselves more chances for double production. And I'm leaving my 2 unemployed lizards unemployed. We'll have them go ahead and build a shelter just to get everyone housed. And we'll put a road down this way and around the back. Except I really liked what I did last time, where I made an L of housing around the hearth. So we're going to do that again. There we go. And our first is the corrupted caravan, which we can solve with coal, and I feel like that's our best option. Gain free mushrooms when we produce grain. Get some free skewers. Yeah. It'll take them 4 minutes to work it. Okay, we're gonna gain some hostility or some cysts from this, and people are going to be unhappy. I like this. It gives us +3 to lizard resolve for the rest of the game. That's beautiful. And all we need is lizard houses, which I want to make anyway. Have 40 oil and 40 flour to get farmers carrying more, or get clothing, which will just be on beavers, to get +1 fabric production. I'm actually going to go with farmers carrying more, because farmers not carrying enough is one of the big problems that you can have. Speaking of carrying capacity, I'll probably want to switch from a lizard to a harpy in the ancient hearth at some point. Stonecutter's camp is out of stone to camp. That's fine. We'll go ahead and move them over here. On top of which, we are going to build ourselves a trapper's camp. No, we already have a small trapper's camp. That's a large bush, so we can't do anything about that. And that means that our best bet right now is actually the herb garden with a pile of farm fields. And in order to make this just a little bit better, we're going to take this woodcutting camp and we're going to move it right up here to secure all of that farmland. Blight rot cysts have appeared, which is why it would probably behoove me to get 2 lizards in the crude workstation, making building supplies, so that we can get ourselves a nice blight post. I would love to put the blight post here, but I'm not going to delete these. So I guess we are going to put the blight post right here. Of course, we also want a trading post. We have everything that we need, so let's go ahead and fire these lizards. Whoop. Whoop. Hey dude, yes, nodes deserve to live until they are out of charges. I agree, chat. It always feels bad to me when I have to delete one, and I only started deleting one in the last game, and it was one small node of Sea Marrow. I hate doing it, and I'm going to try to continue to avoid it. Okay, this is built. We're going to add a couple of lizards in here, and tell them that 10 purging fire will be enough. It's a really fun event in chat going on right today. I've had 6 viewers, which is very nice for my stream. I don't usually get this many. Thank you all for being here. But on top of that, I've had, throughout the night, I've had 3 different times where different people were talking. So it's like I've had one person chatting at a time. And that's just a really interesting dynamic to experience. Let's go ahead and delete everybody, get down to hostility 0. Swing this around to this side. I'd rather have an ugly-ass town than deleted node. Yes. Yes, revolving door chat, exactly. That's exactly what we've been seeing. I'm also trying a more calm mode of speaking, and seeing how I feel about it. It does seem less straining. And I think it fits the semi-chill nature of the game a lot better. I didn't say you went anywhere, I just said that we are getting clumps of individuals talking. And that it's a fun dynamic to experience. I'm glad you're still here, and I'm still happy to hear from you. Let's see, harpies are primarily what we want, and we would kick this guy out and make that a beaver. How much planks do I have? I've got some planks. Let's go ahead and put another harpy in here, and let's put another harpy in here. That should be good. I have to leave my other 2 people out for dealing with the next one. Bonus meat every 25 times we meet is a great way to meet, but clay delivery line means we never run out of bricks. I'm going to go with the bonus meat for meat, because both harpies and lizards love meat products. Old Farliff has shown up. Hello, Old Farliff. Glade events being able to carry more is quite nice, but not if I've got a harpy on the hearth. Is there any way I can afford to get 22? No, I don't think so. I do think I can get 10 maybe, but I kind of want to preserve my resin in case of Glade event. I'll sell you my 1 tool. And you know, I'm actually willing to sell you 5 planks and enough wood to do this. I'm normally pretty chill about not turning in orders early, but I can't have humans on the hearth giving me all that extra time. Chat says, aren't bone marrow nodes easy to find in this biome? That should be enough stone, right? Probably. Probably. And in fact, I think... No, I haven't found any yet. Hallucinating rewards. Turn that in, get some biscuits, get some tools, get some parts. We've got an herb garden. A granary would give us an access to fabric. A ranch would give us access to growing meat, thus taking advantage of the meat for meat, but I don't have anything to power a ranch. I think... Ooh, the tavern is also really good. But I think of these, I want a granary. No, I don't. I'm going to take a plantation. We're going to go hard on farming, even though we don't have humans. We've got some blight rot cysts. We've got some wood. We're only burning wood. What are you? The withered tree. Okay. And we can solve this with resin, so I'm glad I didn't sell that. Glade events being able to carry more is a very powerful buff. Let's go ahead and take that. Okay. Then we're going to get... Hey, look at that! Sea marrow. And a smokehouse. Harpies are super happy. That's nice. I don't have a ton of them, but it's nice to see nonetheless. We will go ahead and schedule some harpy housing, and let's put a beaver in here. We will, of course, want a plantation. Let's move this way. See marrow, take marrow. That's what I always say. Nice. Farming perks seem to be super abundant, so even if you get hunter-gatherers, it shouldn't be bad. It's true. A man of culture. Yes, see marrow, take marrow is a great pun. That is delightful, and it's exactly the sort of humor I want on this channel. I'm never going to be a father, but a lot of my friends have started having children, so I need to accumulate as many of those dad jokes as I can to share with them as they get older. Okay, scrolls plus a temple. Not lizards. Harpies and beavers like using education at the temple, and lizards like religion, so this isn't bad, but I don't like committing to it. On the other hand, chance for bonus production is huge. Otherwise, we have to use 125 units of clearance water to get 4 people and some pipes and more. No. We'll go with Brotherhood and just claim that we need a temple. Another loss to the pun side. What do you mean another? I've been lost to the pun side years ago. Ooh, keeping goods is a reward for a Glade event. This is my default, and I love it. Other hand, +5 carrying. I don't think I need this because I've got a Harpy on the Hearth, and I believe I just took a thing that gives me more Glade event carrying capacity. Yeah. We've already got this selected, so we're half done with that order as is. It's quite nice. Blight rot cysts. Yeah, we got 11, so... unfortunately, I can't really afford to make more at the moment, because we don't have the wood. I mean, I don't need this many planks, but I kinda do, you know? Let's go ahead and fire you. Let's fire you too. And we're gonna use some of those existing planks to start dropping beaver houses. And we'll put a lizard house in the corner, or not the corner, in the middle here. Okay, we've got wood coming in. We will increase this to 20. We have 279 food. Wow, that is so much meat. That's really nice. And we will want to rebuild this smokehouse just as soon as we can. You know, not having 5 dead villagers at the start of a town is really quite nice. We're down to hostility 1. We've got decent piles of specialized housing going up. We're going to not make any more purging fire, just because I want to make sure my wood lasts for the entire duration of the storm. The small trapper's camp cannot trap anything, but that's fine. We've got eggs over here. And I already had a stonecutter's camp, so I don't need 2. Let's go ahead and put some harpies on this. That's a large deposit, so I can't use it yet. Scouts are idle. We don't have enough fabric. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, now I believe this year we are going to focus on consolidating our already discovered resources. Excuse me, I was holding down shift. And we want to come up here. We want to bring this around this way. There we go. And let's just make a nice connection and eliminate all this in the middle. We're just going to paint all this out. Puns are one of the most deadly diseases, as once you've seen a good pun, you can never come back. You'll never be able to stop searching for the punniest of puns. That's true, but I grew up on Muppets Tonight, which I don't think people remember. It was a Muppet show on, I want to say, ABC in the 90s, which had Clifford. And I don't think I've seen Clifford in any Muppets production before or since. He was purple, but he was clearly like African-American coded in terms of his mannerisms, and I think he had dreadlocks. And if you've seen the Muppets, you know that the Muppets are a lot of punning. What do you call a man with a plank on his head? Edward? Like Ed Wood. So it's Edwood. Okay. So you gotta say that one with like a Boston accent where you drop the R. That's when you need to speak. It's true, yeah. Let's see here. Global production is faster, but trading is unavailable. Heck no. Free reputation for selling stuff, that's a victory condition. Free crystallized dew when we make resin is awesome, because resin comes out of the trees, and this is just going to give us a ton of free crystallized dew. I love that. What do you call a man with 3 planks on his head? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I've got an English viewer. Well, I'll try to be on my best behavior. I'm kidding. There's no reason to show off for the English. It's not like they took over the world or anything. Edward Woodward? Edward Woodward? Oh, wow. Edward Woodward. That is so bad. Those aren't highbrow jokes. I mean, the best one I've ever heard is, have you heard about the guy who hated negative numbers? Yeah, he hated negative numbers so much that he'd stop at nothing to avoid them. You'll get there. It'll take a minute. Okay, so this is getting built. So we've got a smokehouse. And smokehouse is wonderful because we've got a ton of meat. And we've got 2 races that like jerky. Let's set a cap of 40 jerky. Meat, wood, no pottery, no incense just yet, but definitely, excuse me, shift. There we go. Definitely 3 lizards, because they are both happy working it, and they've got that chance of bonus production, which is just beautiful. We've got a harpy there. Let's go ahead and put a harpy here, too. We can't. I don't need these guys right now because we don't have any cysts. So let's go ahead and put two lizards there. Turn this back on. That was so bad it was good. Yep, he was irrational. No, he wasn't irrational. He stopped at nothing to avoid negative numbers. Okay, so harvesting. Okay, so this is amazing and this is amazing. 23 amber would be great. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't particularly want to sell meat since I can use it to make jerky. So let's sell resin. And let's sell tools, honestly. And I'm willing to sell roots and eggs. And you know what? Honestly, planks, because we've got efficient building of planks. So this is one of the things that I can most easily replicate. So let's do this. Getting faster wood cutting and faster harvesting. What do you call a man with an underscore on his head? I don't know, man. At this point, I think you've got one genre of pun. About what do you call a man, and I think the highest form of punning involves other things. My favorite pun that I've ever seen is actually a visual pun. That you have to look at in order for it to make sense. It starts with an image of a house, and then it shows the full moon, and then the house is saying, "Oh no." And then it ends by showing a warehouse, which doesn't really work if I describe it, but image-wise, I was so delighted. It's one of the few memes I have saved to my phone. Yeah, how do you get a visual pun? So a visual pun is one in which you have to think about what things are called, and you create the pun in your head, like as you understand what you're being shown. They're really hard to do, and they involve people thinking about what they're looking at, which is really the draw. Because when you get it, you not only are delighted by the wordplay evoked by the images, but also there's a sense of cleverness in understanding what someone was trying to do. So it just tickles me on a couple of routes. Do I have a link to it? I might. I'm not going to interrupt the broadcast to look it up here, but what I'm going to do is once I get to the 7-year mark, I'll go ahead and post a link to it. I'll see if I can find it. I just don't want to interrupt the video. Okay, so we are looking at Very Sad People. We're at Hostility 3. Oh, which adds Rotten Rain, which I don't want to deal with, so let's not deal with it, shall we? That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Hostility 1 is nice. Got plenty of food coming in. We really do need to be looking at another glade, though. So let's go this way. With both of these. We've rebuilt one ruin, so that's pretty nice. So opening up our next glade will get us an event, and then the one after that will as well. I'm not taking free bonus people. Free skewers when we make pickled goods is fine, but I don't love it. I do like trade logs. I really like trade logs. We will get beavers and beavers. And harpies. Let's go ahead and put 2 harpies here. Let's replace this with another set of harpies. I don't think I need any of those right now. This would require us to get flour. And what we want is another woodcutting camp. Is it underachiever? Oh, the question about the, what do you call a man with an underscore on his head? I don't know if we ever saw the punchline for that. You know, I could open up a vanilla glade. It just always feels bad to do that. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, okay, let's double our limits then. And let's think about getting more housing. In fact, let's think about getting specialized housing down. So first we're taking stock of what we have, and then we're going to take 2 more harpy houses, and I feel like a lizard house, because lizards are getting short shrift here. Let's put a lizard house like that, and 2 more beaver houses like so. And with all the wood cutting going on, just a very satisfying array of woodcutters lined up like that. I would be surprised if there was a punchline for it. Wow. That's fun. We've gone too meta now. I don't think we want to go meta. I mean, I usually want to go meta, but not necessarily in that. In college, one of my first roommates thought it'd be really fun to do a thing where, as someone was walking back to our table, he would say the line, and then Einstein said to Chaucer, actually, x does equal 7, and have us all burst out laughing like that was the punchline to an amazing joke, just to have the person walking back be so confused as to what could possibly end in that punchline. And I thought that's a fun idea for a prank. I like pranks where nobody gets hurt, and it's just kind of a make you question reality, like, what is going on? I heard they lost loads of money. Yeah, if we're talking about the attempts to basically do, what was it, Second Life? Was the old, like, online universe app thing for just hanging out with people. But that doesn't work. I don't want copper bars, not on this map, and not when I'm getting free crystallized dew from resin. I do want reinforced axes. This is always good. So this is bad, this is bad. This is pretty great, actually, if I get a building that lets me make tools. So ideally we'd get 29. Of which I can get about half of what I'm looking for right there. But, you know, I'm not too fussed about tools, so I'm just going to go with 9. And let's... I could do if I was willing to... Yeah, let's see if we can get it. I mean, we probably can, but at what cost? If we sell resin, and we sell 48 sea marrow, and then we drastically lower the amount of wood that we're selling... I think I saw chat has an idea. You could go oil for events. That's a good idea. If you're watching this, you can go oil for events, and that's a very good idea to do. I'm not doing it, but it's a very good idea. Weren't tablets supposed to be used for something in one of those updates ages ago? I know tablets are now wicked overpowered on the Scarlet Orchard, but aside from the Scarlet Orchard, I don't know that they have anything really special going on. This is way too late to be opening a glade. I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, especially for a Fishman Cave. That's not good. You know, Farliff is still here. Let's get some oil for events, because I forgot to actually buy this. What were we just saying about how good of an idea it is to go oil for events? That's such a good idea. I'm so glad Chad's here to make suggestions that I consistently take. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead and choose our reward, and I think we've got something for keeping the goods. So let's keep the goods. Knock out another order, and let's turn in this order while we're at it. Get us some tools, get us some bonuses. Oh hey, foragers camp, free foragers camp. That's delightful. Yeah, go ahead and rebuild that, will you? And once I've got my lizards up there working it... Wait, nope, cancel. You, my friends, need to be doing this with oil. The ability to make tools and coats could be extremely good. For building materials, what buildings do I currently have? Supplier and a manufactory. So the weaver would give us the ability to make fabric for the harpies. Smithy would give us the ability to make tools, and we're already getting a source of crystallized dew, so I think I want to go smithy here. Smithy is just a really, really nice way to get tools. Oh, I've got a tree in the way? You forgot to switch it to oil. Yeah, we caught it. We went and we caught it. As soon as these guys start actually working the event... Come on. Get there. Get there. Get there. There you go. We are now going to go like this and try to reduce the amount of hostility that we get, because we are going to get a ton of hostility from that. Swing this up here. Put this closer in and fire them to do that. And we're actually going to take these lizards out and replace them with beavers next season. The idea being that we want to set up biscuits, and lizards don't eat biscuits. Excuse me. You should be doing only marked trees. What are you doing, sir? Swing this around to this side, because what we're going to do now is put our smithy right here. This is going to be a really rough storm. Final order. Focus on the farming, or serve pie and biscuits. Lizards eat pie. Beavers and harpies eat biscuits. I think I'd rather have the farmers carrying more, which does mean I have to do packs of crops, but we've kind of already got the farmland, so I'm not too worried about it. Go ahead and fire all of these people. And we will fire all of these people. That lowers our hostility significantly. Not all the way, but significantly. What else can I be doing? How much have it? Okay, we've got 22, which I think is going to have to be enough in this case, so I can make a small hearth. That would actually be a really nice place for it, but we've got the sea marrow in the way, and we've already talked about how nobody likes it when I eliminate resources just for me to put housing down. Or not housing, but you get the point. That works. I don't mind that. actually... What if I were to road this... I mean, this road makes no logical sense. But we could do that. And that'll let us carry more. Okay. Now we're trying to tank the resolve hits. And it's kind of working. We've got another Fishman totem showing up, which I don't love. Living matter has appeared on a farm field. Right here. Let's go ahead and investigate that. Okay, so we're not gaining any more hostility. We're right at the end of the storm. Can we get there in time? Oh my word, I think we got there in time. Well, look at that. We managed to save it. Okay. So this is being worked. That's great. We can go ahead and rebeaver that wood chopping block, and we can rebeaver this wood chopping block. Except I'm going to fire this guy because I want to make this 2 beavers, just to make sure I have it going forward, so it'll all be biscuit eaters. We're going to turn in our rewards here, and that gives us 16 tools, which is enough to claim one of these. Ooh, machinery. That's nice. Let's go ahead and lizard up this machinery. Resources burning faster, but we get faster Glade working event speed, which means I can, you know, permanently get the effects of Sea Marrow and just not have to sacrifice it. But I love my chance of double production. Like, you know I'm going to take the chances of double production. I do it every time. We want beavers. We're going to get beavers either way. We would prefer harpies over lizards with our current setup. Add another beaver here. Add another beaver here. Swap you out for a lizard so I can add another beaver here. Is there anything up here being beavers? No. But these plantation... Let's make this harpies. Because harpies also eat biscuits. And we never put anyone in here. I need a lizard. We will put a lizard in there later. Lizards are all doing very important work right now. Let's go ahead and run a road down this way. Okay, there's our last one. They can carry so much because we've got a harpy. We can put a lizard in here now, which will significantly increase our lizard happiness. And pretty soon we'll be able to make housing over here, giving us another global +2. I think overall we're looking pretty good. Let's raise this to 100 planks. And let's absolutely... So we're going to say we want planks first, and then we want flour with a cap of 500. The punning seems to have died down in chat. Let's go ahead and put 2 lizards in this foraging camp. Additional blight rot cysts appeared. Well, that means that I need to get some lizards in here making purging fire. So I've got 1 beaver who is doing all of the building for the entire town right now. But that is okay. Vliss, hey buddy. More resin, that could be interesting. And more tools, so 35 ideally, but I don't think we can get 35. if I sell this and that, and I don't know. Huh. 63 here. Maybe a little bit of sea marrow. That'll let us get this and this. And then we can go over here, make sure that we're not burning it. And we've got some sea marrow coming in, and this is just going to be sea marrow for the efficiency. We should be good for a while. It's nearly done. We need one more glade. Do you happen to have oil? No. No, you don't. I think that what we should do is we should actually focus on upgrading this area. And I'm feeling some coral growth right there. And we will finish with... You know what? Let's do one more. And then a crossing and some more coral growth. That looks nice. So that'll get us 6 out of the 8 that we need for decoration. And I think what we'll do is on this side we'll drop lizard posts and some fire shrines. So all that we'll need is a service building. Let's go ahead and put our unused camps to the side like there. We've got... we don't have the stuff to make bricks. Let's go ahead and add stone as an allowable substance for brick making. Got tons of wood. Decent amount of food coming in. So much jerky. But we definitely need more housing, which I've been neglecting. So let's go ahead and drop down some housing. Just run a road around the back there, and a little road like that. And then we're going to put, I think, a beaver house. And 2 more lizard houses. And what did we do up here? Up there we did coral growth. So over here I think we're going to do bushes. Okay. Now, of course, I do want to fire all of my woodcutters. Massively lower the hostility of the forest. There we go. Now we're going to bring this a little bit this way, so we can clear out some more farmland. We do want to be thinking about another glade, and I think we want to be thinking about that glade. And then with all of our fuel, I can put the lizard in here. We can definitely do this to drop us down to hostility 2. Which isn't quite low enough. But if I burn 2 more, then we're going to be burning all of our wood during the storm, and I don't... I can do that. We never re-farmed that field, and we should have. We also want to make this just berries. We have a ton, well, not a ton, but we have some plant fiber just sitting around. Yeah. All this needs is 2 more decorations somewhere. You know what? I can finish off this road along this wall. That seems nice. Gotta go for now. Be back later if you're going to be streaming late. Good luck. Nice to see you. We've got a whole second half to this, so probably another hour. But if I don't see you, I mean, you can always catch up with the videos. And it was good talking to you. Thanks for all the puns. Maybe I shouldn't be thanking puns. That might encourage more. But you know what? I actually enjoyed them, so I'm not going to mind it too much. We are, as predicted, out of wood, but we're right at the end of the storm, so it should be fine. Boop. There we go. And let's rehire the wood choppers. All of them. 3 clay per minute means infinite bricks, plus 2 leather production, or more trade routes. Let's go ahead and go more trade routes, and I really need to start thinking about a makeshift post. No, I don't. I've got a manufactory. What am I doing? Okay, now we've got the 6 lizard houses, so we just need to fulfill some skewers. I would love more harpies. No training gear, no pigment, just packs of provisions, which we're going to exclusively make from herbs, and we're going to set a cap of 50. Got tons of food, but we really need to be thinking about getting skewers and another glade out. Skewers, oil, and flour. The flour we're making, actually, so I'm not too worried about flour either, now that I think about it. Do I have anything that'll let me make? Not yet. Actually, I think I do want a makeshift post. So we'll go ahead and drop one. And now that we've got some packs of provisions, let's see. Only show available. I'm definitely willing to sell planks and so much resin. And absolutely fabric and fabric. Great. So trade routes are going to come in. That's going to give us some of that amber that we need. We want 25 packs of crops, which we want to do only with grain. And we want to put 2 lizards on doing that. We want this to be all farm field. Hi, Sahilda. Yeah, indeed. Okay, well, we could finish off with a small farm. We could also get an advanced trapper's camp. Do I have anything that an advanced trapper's camp would get me? Not currently. It's not a bad idea, because I've got that bonus meat when we meet, but it's not great either. But I would love to get all 3 of these. I would also... You don't have oil. Okay, so let's see. 29 plus 17 is 46. There's no way to get all 3. The small farm would give me access to grain, which I could use to make flour and packs of crops. I get grain when I finish dangerous glades, though, so I don't know how important that is. +2 to fabric production. I currently don't have an efficient way of making fabric, and so +2 would actually be pretty big. But these two together would be 32. Can I get 31? If I sell you all of this, yes. I don't think I've got stuff that I can justify selling to get even to 31. So if I just had to pick 14. Sell that. Sell this. Sell 13 of that. Sell resin. And sell a pile of eggs. There we go. Thank you, Sahilda. Food is solid. Wood, we're out of wood that we can chop. Okay. Let's move you in this way. We're not going to be able to get it this year, but we'll be able to get close. And I just realized that we are halfway through year 7, which puts us over an hour of recording, so it is time to stop the video. Yeah, so if you are watching this on YouTube, I very much appreciate you spending all this time on me. I know there's a lot of things you can spend an hour on, and I'm glad that you spent it with me. Please do comment down below if you like this more relaxed kind of voice. It's slower, but it is less straining and it's less frantic, and I kind of like it. So let me know if you like it too. That'd be really helpful. It would also help with doing all those algorithmic things that will make YouTube notice me and hopefully give me money in the future. So, double whammy. Very, very much appreciated. Remember, you can catch me live Monday and Thursday nights from 8 p.m. until roughly midnight Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/dreadcanary. I play 2 full towns, and that takes about 3.5 to 4 hours. So you're welcome to come and meme with me, and as you can see, I'm responding to almost everything said in chat, because I don't get a ton of people in chat. So even without being subscribed, you're likely to get seen and responded to, and that's not an experience that you get with a lot of streamers, especially once they get big. And honestly, if I get big, I might not be able to do it anymore either. So get it now. I'm very glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.